pipe back from the TIG welder. Look at those beautiful welds on there. Shout out to Tony at T-Fab in Union City for that. Did a hell of a job. And but what I just did and what I decided to do is I am going to go speed density and get rid of this mass airflow sensor. So I had some couplings and some elbows laying around, and so now I am just trying to figure out something that'll work with these. And what I figured out was I could cut this down. I cut this down about 2.5 inches, and then I used my bead roller to put an edge back on there for the coupling to clip onto and clamp onto. So this will be coming from down low like this, coming up, and then that elbow there will do the transition downward. Let me get this on real quick and I'll show y'all what I'm thinking. So this is what I've got here. Makes a whole bunch of room in here. I'm gonna have to clean this up. I'm gonna get a new hose for this because it's having to stretch a little bit because it was a little bit tighter radius off the throttle body before, but that's all right because now we're gotten rid of the mass airflow sensor, and what I can do is I can get all this to line up a little better, and I can mark right here, and I can take this back to that Tony guy who did the threaded bungs on this pipe, and I could have him weld this section. So there's just a coupler there and a coupler here instead of having multiple couplers all having it stuck together. But this is what's going to work for now. I need to just get a clamp. I got one clamp down there. I need to take this back off, get one there and 2 more clamps here, and then tighten it all up. And it should be ready to rip, everybody. It should be ready for dust to come over to and be ready to rip. So just got some wheels for this bad boy, some front runners for the old Firebird. Traded the SLP air lid off of the car for it to a guy named Juan, really cool dude. Looking forward to do some racing with him in the future. Him and his family all got some nice F-body Camaros and Trans Ams and stuff. So hopefully the intake will go to good use for him, and I'm sure these will go to good use for me. They don't match my rears, of course, but that's all right. What I'm going to do is I'll clean them all up, and I'll probably have them powder coated by Powder Coat USA over here in Oklahoma City. Have them powder coated black. It's not the exact same design, but it's still a 5-spoke wheel. See, mine's got some machining around each side of the spoke, and kind of some different badging in the middle, but that's all right. They'll look close enough because these will just be on whenever I'm at the track most likely, and those slicks will only be on there when I'm at the track or doing some, I'm going to be doing some racing. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Got these dudes just traded out for them, so I got to get some lug nuts, some of the weird deep lug nuts to go down in there with the washer. And yeah, so I'll get these tires off of them and have them powder coated, and then we'll have a nice set for the front of this thing. So yeah, and then here in a little bit, Connor's going to be up here, and we're going to be finishing up the intake piping on the Firebird over here. We are going to get this to fit, get the intake charge piping to fit a little bit better, so that everything, all the couplers and clamps and everything go together nice. So we'll get that all finished up here pretty shortly, and then do the heat shield for the exhaust down there by the rack and pinion and everything. What else? I think that's it. I think that's what we got to do today, and we'll get her knocked out.
Get out my face with that camera so you get hit, boy. Get this shit out of here! Yeah, I like watching this one.
Alright guys, I don't know if you can see this on the camera. I'm sure you can, but how it's raised up there. So what I ended up doing here, got it on the ground over here on this, doesn't line quite up. What I ended up doing, so my plan is to cut this pipe down here, and I had to take some sheet metal and cut it out, punch it down a little bit, and then I'll plastic weld bead roll it the same way I did the other pipe that I cut. to give it.
And that way this can roll forward a little bit more, and it'll get the angle right, because those are kind of opposing each other right now.
Like so now I'm about to slip it in there. I should be able to get that to go over the edge.
They're kind of opposing each other, so I will
get this
take this off.
Gonna
clip this down a little bit.
Key on power source from one of these dudes.
Get it all back on there
to my
get it all clamped
source.
All right. We got this dude on here now. Cut a 1/2 inch off of each of these and then stuck them in the bead roller to give a little flange back to them. And that got them pointing right at each other. So I'll get this coupler on here. Connor's holding the other clamp there. I need to get one more clamp. I'll run up to CSS tomorrow and grab that, but that'll get that done. I need to tighten this clamp down here. Plug the intake air temp sensor in, which I'll do that right now because this pipe isn't coming back out. But yeah, so that's it. Just got to get one more clamp, get that coupler on there, get those dudes tightened up, and we're done.
I thought you said something
Alright, got them clamps on there, and since I was missing the clamp, Connor said we should just zip tie it. I think that'll hold for now. Yeah. That'll hold about 30 pounds of boost.
45.
45 certified? Maybe a little silicone on it. Right, rip it down a little bit tighter. But no, yeah, clamps are on there. These pipes line up nice and good. Got plenty of depth in there.
The zip tie's working great.
Yeah, look at that. I can barely pull it out, dude. How much? That's about 20 pounds of force pulling that thing out of there. So let's do it. Let's send it. But now got this hose kind of secured. Got these wires zip tied back up in here so that this can't go forward into the belt. And I wrapped it up here so it ain't gonna affect with the battery, but unless you're pushing on it, it ain't gonna get down there anyways because these fittings and the hose is pretty stiff. But so now that's out of the way, so it ain't gonna hit throttle. It ain't, even if it's out here, it's not gonna affect throttle any. So yeah, we're getting there. Some future things I want to do, like I said, get this welded, and probably the same time I do that, I'll pull this radiator out and I'll have them cut this this water neck here and have them rotate it 90 degrees and have it pointing off to the side, and then this hose can come up away from the turbo that much more, and then just cut a little bit off, and then it'll just be a straight level shot with across. Yeah, with the top of the radiator.
What did you think of that?
The second I bought this radiator, I mean, this is the on-3 radiator, and it says that they have this 90-degree angle on it for extra clearance, but I don't understand what they're trying to clear for the upper radiator hose. That just puts it down in the middle of everything. If it ran across the top of the radiator, it'd be out of the way. Possibly maybe what they were thinking with this is for their twin turbo kit. The twin turbo kit, there's one here and one here, one on each side of the throttle body, so that may be able to let you route the hose down underneath, yeah, and then come up to it. So that's probably their reasoning behind it. But that just didn't work for my application. That's all right though. So we'll just probably get that cut and rotate that, and that'll bring that hose up, I mean 6-7 inches, and bring it up to the level with the top of the radiator, and that'd be good too. So there it is. Alright, let's see if you get full throttle. Alright.
You're full, Brian.
Full throttle. Watch the fuel pressure gauge too.
That's what
Once it starts. Seems to be running a lot better with that pipe on.
Yeah, staying at a steady.
That's more steady idle now.
42, and when it was like.
When it was running, it was staying.
Yeah, it's pretty steady.
Okay, good. Good.
It didn't jump around too much.
Because remember when we were priming it, it'd kind of fall off.
Yeah,
but
it was steady. It's just a little wiggle.
So yeah, we need to check.
I don't know if you need to adjust that shit.
I'll probably have to adjust it a little bit so it doesn't fall off like that. But we'll get that all done when it's tuned, and we can have it idling and running and rev it and all that.
Do burnout.
Yeah. But yeah, that was running pretty good there for being untuned. Before that, we put that boost pipe on it. It was barely idle.
Yeah, that sounded good.
That sounded good. It's not going to sound like that when it's tuned though, because it ain't got no cam in it.
Yeah. It's just good to hear it again. You know
it's good to hear it again, that's
it's
for
good
sure.
To hear it again.
Yes, sir.